тобой. 17. На свет. Печь. 9. Добросердечный. Возвращение на родину. 1. Грузовой вагон. Доброе утро, солдат.
Я готов отвечать.
У меня для тебя есть миссия. Санкционируй, извлекай. Без свидетелей. Отлично, солдат.
Alright, what do you see?
Standard beat cops. Small station. Quiet street. It's a good target.
There's an ATM on the south corner, which means
Cameras.
both cross streets are one way.
So compromised escape routes.
Means our guy doesn't care about being seen. He isn't afraid to make a mess on the way out. You see that Range Rover halfway up the block?
Yeah, the red one? It's cute.
It's also bulletproof, which means private security, which means more guns, which means more headaches for somebody, probably us.
You guys know I can move things with my mind, right?
Looking over your shoulder needs to become second nature.
Anybody ever tell you you're a little paranoid?
Not to my face. Why? Did you hear something?
Eyes on target, folks. It's the best lead we've had on one low in 6 months. I don't want to lose him.
If he sees us coming, that won't be a problem. He kinda hates us.
Sam, see that garbage truck? Tag it.
Give me X-ray. That truck's loaded for max weight, and the driver's armed.
It's a battering ram.
Go now.
What?
He's not hitting the police.
Body armor. AR-15s.
I make 7 hostiles.
I make 5. Rumlow's on the 3rd floor. Wanda, just like we practiced.
What about the gas?
Get it out.
Hack it up. He's here.
Rumlow has a biological weapon.
I'm on it.
I don't work like that no more. Fire in the hole.
Sam.
He's in an AFB heading north.
Take this to the airstrip. We're not gonna outrun him. Lose the truck.
Where are you going to meet us?
I'm not.
I've got 4. They're splitting up.
I got the 2 on the left.
They ditched their gear. It's a shell game now. One of them has the payload.
There you are, you son of a bitch. I've been waiting for this!
He doesn't have it. I'm empty.
Drop it. Or I'll drop this. Drop it!
He'll do it!
Payload secure. Thanks, Sam.
Don't thank me.
I'm not thinking that thing.
His name is Red Wing.
I'm still not thinking it.
He's cute. Go ahead, bet him.
Come on! This is for dropping a building on my face. I think I look pretty good, all things considered.
Who's your buyer?
You know he knew you. Your pal, your buddy, your Bucky.
What did you say?
He remembered you. I was there. He got all weepy about it. Till they put his brain back in a blender. He wanted you to know something. He said to me, please tell Rogers. When you gotta go, you gotta go. And you're coming with me.
Sam, we need fire and rescue on the south side of the building. We gotta get up there.
Try to remember the kind of September when grass was green. Wake up, dear, and say goodbye to your father.
Who's the homeless person on the couch?
This is why I love coming up at Christmas, right before you leave town.
Be nice, dear. He's been studying abroad.
Really? Which broad? What's her name?
Candace.
Do me a favor. Try not to burn the house down before Monday.
Okay, so it's Monday. That is good to know. I will plan my toga party accordingly. Where are you going?
Your father's flying us to the Bahamas for a little getaway.
We might have to make a quick stop.
At the Pentagon, right? Don't worry, you're gonna love the holiday menu with the commissary.
You know, they say sarcasm is a metric for potential. If that's true, you'll be a great man someday. I'll get the bags.
He does miss you when you're not here. And frankly, you're going to miss us. Because this is the last time we're all going to be together. You know what's about to happen. Say something. If you don't, you'll regret it.
I love you, Dan. And I know you did the best you could. That's how I wish it happened. Binarily augmented retroframing, or BARF. God, I gotta work on that acronym. An extremely costly method of hijacking the hippocampus to clear traumatic memories. It doesn't change the fact that they never made it to the airport, or all the things I did to avoid processing my grief. But... Plus $611 million for my little therapeutic experiment. No one in their right mind would have ever funded it. Help me out. What's the MIT mission statement? To generate, disseminate, and preserve knowledge. And work with others to bring it to bear on the world's great challenges. Yeah. Well, you are the others. And quiet as it's kept, the challenges facing you are the greatest mankind's ever known. Plus, most of you are broke. Yeah? Oh, I'm sorry, rather you were. As of this moment, every student has been made an equal recipient of the inaugural September Foundation grant. As in, all of your projects have just been approved and funded. No streets, no taxes, just reframe the future. Starting now. Go break some eggs. Woo!
much money! Wow! Out of curiosity, will any portion of that grant be made available to faculty? I know, ooh, gross, but hear me out. I have got this killer idea for a self-cooking hot dog. Basically, chemical detonator is
Restrooms
embedded,
this way, yeah?
Yeah, embedded in the meat shaft.
Stark, I am so sorry about the teleprompter. I didn't know Miss Potts had canceled. They didn't have time to fix it.
Fine. I'll be right back.
We'll catch up later.
That was nice what you did for those young people.
They deserve it. Plus, it helps ease my conscience.
They say there's a correlation between generosity and guilt. But if you've got the money, break as many eggs as you like. Right?
Are you going up?
I'm right where I want to be.
Okay. Hey. Sorry, it's occupational hazard.
I work for the State Department. Human Resources. I know it's boring. But it enabled me to raise a son. I'm very proud of what he grew up to be. His name was Charlie Spencer. You murdered him. In Sokovia. Not that that matters in the least to you. You think you fight for us? You just fight for yourself. Who's going to avenge my son, Stark? He's dead, and I blame you.
"11 Wakandans were among those killed during a confrontation between the Avengers and a group of mercenaries in Lagos, Nigeria last month. The traditionally reclusive Wakandans were on an outreach mission in Lagos when the attack occurred.
Our people's blood is spilled on foreign soil, not only because of the actions of criminals, but by the indifference of those pledged to stop them. Victory at the expense of the innocent is no victory at all."
The Wakandan king went on to...
What legal authority does an enhanced individual like Wanda Maximoff have to operate in Nigeria?
It's my fault.
That's not true.
Turn the TV back on. They're being very specific.
I should have clapped that bomb vest long before we had to deal with it. Mumlo said Bucky, and all of a sudden I was a 16-year-old kid again in Brooklyn. People died. It's on me.
It's on both of us.
This job. We try to save as many people as we can. Sometimes that doesn't mean everybody. But if we can't find a way to live with that, next time, maybe nobody gets saved.
Viz, we talked about this.
Yes, but the door was open, so I assumed that Captain Rogers wished to know when Mr. Stark was arriving.
Thank you. I'll be right down.
I'll use the door. Oh, and apparently he's brought a guest.
We know who it is?
The Secretary of State.
Oh, 5 years ago, I had a heart attack. I dropped right in the middle of my backswing. It turned out it was the best round of my life because after 13 hours of surgery and a triple bypass, I found something 40 years in the Army never taught me. Perspective. The world owes the Avengers an unpayable debt. You have fought for us, protected us, risked your lives. But while a great many people see you as heroes, There are some who would prefer the word vigilantes.
And what word would you use, Mr. Secretary?
How about dangerous? What would you call a group of U.S.-based, enhanced individuals who routinely ignore sovereign borders and inflict their will wherever they choose, and who, frankly, seem unconcerned about what they leave behind? New York. Washington, D.C. Sokovia. Lagos.
Okay, that's enough.
For the past 4 years, you've operated with unlimited power and no supervision. That's an arrangement the governments of the world can no longer tolerate. But I think we have a solution. The Sokovia Accords, approved by 117 countries, it states that the Avengers shall no longer be a private organization. Instead, they'll operate under the supervision of a United Nations panel only when and if that panel deems it necessary.
The Avengers were formed to make the world a safer place. I feel that we've done that.
Tell me, Captain, do you know where Thor and Banner are right now? If I misplaced a couple of 30 megaton nukes, you can bet there'd be consequences. Compromise, reassurance. That's how the world works. Believe me, this is the middle ground.
So, there are contingencies.
3 days from now, the UN meets in Vienna to ratify the accords. We'll talk it over.
And if we come to a decision you don't like?
Then you retire.
Hello? Is this your car out front? I jumped the curb. Maybe we could take care of it ourselves. I mean, if you want to call the cops, that's okay too, I guess.
No. No cops.
Thank you.
Kept your looks, Colonel. Congratulations. Mission report, December 16, 1991. Who are you? My name is Emo. I will repeat my question. Mission report, December 16, 1991. How did you find me? When S.H.I.E.L.D. fell, Black Widow released Hydra files to the public. Millions of pages, much of it encrypted, not easy to decipher, but I have experience and patience. A man can do anything if he has those.
What do you want?
Mission report. December 16, 1991. Go to hell! Hydra deserves its place on the ash heap, so your death would not bother me. But I'd have to use this book and other bloodier methods to find what I need. I don't look forward to that. You'd only be dying for your pride.
Secretary Ross has a Congressional Medal of Honor, which is one more than you have.
So let's say we agree to this thing. How long is it going to be before they LoJack us like a bunch of common criminals?
117 countries want to sign this. 117, Sam, and you're just like, no, it's cool, we got it.
How long are you going to play both sides?
I have an equation.
Oh, this will clear it up.
In the 8 years since Mr. Stark announced himself as Iron Man, the number of known enhanced persons has grown exponentially. And during the same period, the number of potentially world-ending events has risen at a commensurate rate.
Are you saying it's our fault?
I'm saying there may be a causality. Our very strength invites challenge. Challenge incites conflict. And conflict breeds catastrophe. Oversight. Oversight is not an idea that can be dismissed out of hand.
Boom.
Tony, you're being uncharacteristically non-hyperverbal.
It's because he's already made up his mind.
Oh, you know me so well. Actually, I'm nursing an electromagnetic headache. That's what's going on, Cap. It's just pain. It's discomfort. Who's putting coffee grounds in the disposal? Am I running a bed and breakfast for biker gang? Oh, that's Charles Spencer, by the way. He's a great kid. Computer engineering degree, 3.6 GPA. Had a floor-level gig, an Intel plan for the fall. But first, he wanted to put a few miles on his soul before he parked it behind a desk, see the world, maybe be of service. Charlie didn't want to go to Vegas or Fort Lauderdale, which is what I would do. He didn't go to Paris or Amsterdam, which sounds fun. He decided to spend his summer building sustainable housing for the poor, guess where? Sokovia. He wanted to make a difference, I suppose. I mean, we won't know because we dropped a building on him while we were kicking ass. There's no decision-making process here. We need to be put in check. Whatever form that takes, I'm game. If we can't accept limitations, we're boundaryless, we're no better than the bad guys.
Tony, if someone dies on your watch, you don't give up.
Who said we're giving up?
We are for not taking responsibility for our actions. This document just shifts the blame.
Sorry, Steve, that is dangerously arrogant. This is the United Nations we're talking about. It's not the World Security Council. It's not SHIELD. It's not Hydra.
No, but it's run by people with agendas, and agendas change.
That's good. That's why I'm here. When I realized what my weapons were capable of in the wrong hands, I shut it down, stopped manufacturing.
Tony, you chose to do that. If we sign this, we surrender our right to choose. What if this panel sends us somewhere we don't think we should go? What if there's somewhere we need to go, and they don't let us? We may not be perfect, but the safest hands are still our own.
If we don't do this now, it's going to be done to us later. That's the fact. That won't be pretty.
You're saying they'll come for me.
We would protect you.
Maybe Tony's right. If we have one hand on the wheel, we can still see her. If we take it off...
Aren't you the same woman who told the government to kiss her ass a few years ago?
I'm reading the terrain. We have made some very public mistakes. We need to win their trust back.
Focus up. I'm sorry, did I just mishear you, or did you agree with me?
Oh, I want to take it back.
No,
now.
no, you can't retract it. Thank you. Unprecedented. Okay, case closed. I win.
I have to go.
And now, I would like to invite Sharon Carter to come up and say a few words.
Margaret Carter was known to most as a founder of S.H.I.E.L.D. But I just knew her as Aunt Peggy. She had a photograph in her office. Aunt Peggy standing next to JFK. As a kid, that was pretty cool. But it was a lot to live up to, which is why I never told anyone we were related. I asked her once how she managed to master diplomacy and espionage in a time when no one wanted to see a woman succeed at either. And she said, compromise where you can. But where you can't, don't. Even if everyone is telling you that something wrong is something right. Even if the whole world is telling you to move. It is your duty to plant yourself like a tree, look them in the eye and say no. You move.
When I came out of the ice, thought everyone I had known was gone. When I found out she was alive, I was just lucky to have her.
She had you back, too.
Who else signed?
Tony, Rhodey, Vision.
Clint?
Says he's retired.
Wanda?
TBD. I'm off to Vienna for the signing of the Accords. There's plenty of room on the jet. Just because it's the path of least resistance doesn't mean it's the wrong path. Staying together is more important than how we stay together.
What are we giving up to do it? Sorry, Ned. I can't sign it.
I know.
Well, what are you doing here?
I didn't want you to be alone.
At a special United Nations conference, 117 countries have come together to ratify the Sokovia Accords.
Excuse me, Miss Romanoff. Please need your signature. Thank you.
I suppose neither of us is used to the spotlight.
Well, it's not always so flattering.
You seem to be doing all right so far. Considering your last trip to Capitol Hill, I wouldn't think you'd be particularly comfortable in this company.
I'm not.
And that alone makes me glad you are here, Miss Romanoff.
Why, you don't approve of all this?
The Accords, yes. The politics, not really. 2 people in a room can get more done than 100.
Unless you need to move a piano.
Baba.
Yeah. Miss Romanoff.
King T'Chaka, please allow me to apologize for what happened in Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you for agreeing to all this. I'm sad to hear that Captain Rogers will not be joining us today.
Yes, so am I.
Everyone should please be seated. This assembly is now in session.
That is the future calling. Such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Ngendoda ebuchasileyo uqhagamshelana kuzakuza ukhangeleke uyiqhelile nyana.
Ngolile baba.
course. Of course.
When stolen Wakandan vibranium was used to make a terrible weapon, we in Wakanda were forced to question our legacy. Those men and women killed in Nigeria were part of a goodwill mission from a country too long in the shadows. We will not, however, let misfortune drive us back. We will fight to improve the world we wish to join. I am grateful to the Avengers for supporting this initiative. Wakanda is proud to extend its hand in peace.
Everybody get down!
My mom tried to talk me out of enlisting, but, not Aunt Peggy. She bought me my first thigh holster.
Very practical.
And stylish.
CIA has you stationed over here now?
At Berlin. Joint Terrorism Task Force.
Right. Sounds fun.
I know, right?
I've been meaning to ask you, when you were spying on me from across the hall.
You mean when I was doing my job?
Did Peggy know?
She kept so many secrets. I didn't want her to have one from you. Thanks for walking me back.
Sure.
Steve, something you gotta see.
A bomb hidden in a news van
Who's
ripped through the
coordinating?
UN building in Vienna.
Good,
More than
there's
70 people have been injured. At least 12 are dead, including Wakanda's King T'Chaka. Officials have released a video of a suspect who they have identified as James Buchanan Barnes, the Winter Soldier, the infamous Hydra agent linked to numerous acts of terrorism and political assassinations.
I have to go to work.
Anyone with information...
See if we can get micro-forensics to hurry this up. We need the whole team here in 2 hours, so it's not worth it. I'm very sorry.
In my culture, death is not the end. It's more of a stepping off point. You reach out with both hands and bust and segment. They lead you into the green veldt where you can run forever.
That sounds very peaceful.
My father thought so. I am not my father.
T'Challa. Task Force will decide who brings in Barnes.
Don't bother Miss Romanoff. I'll kill him myself.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
Yeah. Thanks. I got lucky. I know how much Barnes means to you. I really do. Stay home. You only make this worse for all of us. Please.
Are you saying you'll arrest me?
No. Someone will. If you interfere, that's how it works now.
If he's this far gone now, I should be the one to bring him in.
Why?
Because I'm the one least likely to die trying.
She tell you to stay out of it? Might have a point.
You do it for me.
1945, maybe. I just want to make sure we consider all our options. The people that shoot at you usually wind up shooting at me.
Tips have been pouring in since that footage went public. Everybody thinks the Winter Soldier goes to their gym. Most of it's noise, except for this. My boss expects a briefing pretty much now, so that's all that story you're gonna get.
Thank you.
And you're gonna have to hurry. We have orders to shoot on site.
Возвращение на родину. Возвращение на родину. Один. Грузовый вагон. Грузовый вагон.
Herr Müller, ich habe hier Frühstück.
Ich könnte es schon von weitem riechen. Lecker.
Speck und schwarzer Kaffee. Wieder. Ich kann Ihnen noch was anderes machen, wenn Sie das möchten.
Das ist wunderbar.
Ich stelle das dann mal hier hin.
Es geht schon. Ich mache das. Vielen Dank, Frau Leiber.
Cum sunt? Sunt bune? Sigur, foarte. Bine, atunci, dați-mi vreo 6, 8. Mulțumesc.
Domnule, cât sunt toate?
Heads up, Cap. German special forces approaching from the south. Understood.
Do you know me?
You're Steve. I read about you in a museum.
They've set the perimeter.
I know you're nervous. And you have plenty of reason to be. But you're lying.
I wasn't in Vienna. I don't do that anymore.
They're entering the building.
Well, the people who think you did are coming here now. And they're not planning on taking you alive.
That's smart. Good strategy.
They're on the roof. I'm compromised.
This doesn't have to end in a fight, Buck.
It always ends in a fight.
5 seconds.
You pulled me from the river. Why?
I don't know.
3 seconds.
Yes, you do.
Breach! Breach!
Schieß die Tür auf!
Buck, stop! You're gonna kill someone.
I'm not gonna kill anyone.
Bettding ist ausgebrochen. Geht am östlichen Treppenschacht.
Come on.
Sam, Southwest Rooftop.
Who the hell's the other guy?
About to find out.
Sam, got him.
Sam, I can't shake this guy.
Right behind you.
Stand down now. Congratulations, Cap. You're a criminal. Highness.
A pinch of paprika. A pinch.
Is that paprikash?
I thought it might lift your spirits.
Spirits lifted.
In my defense, I haven't actually ever eaten anything before, so...
May I?
Please. Wanda, no one dislikes you, Wanda.
Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. No, it's an involuntary response in their amygdala. They can't help but be afraid of you.
Are you?
My amygdala is synthetic, so...
I used to think of myself one way, but after this, I am something else. I'm still me, I think, but that's not what everyone else sees.
Do you know, I don't know what this is. Not really. I know it's not of this world. That it powered Loki's staff, gave you your abilities, but its true nature is a mystery. And yet it is part of me.
Are you afraid of it?
I wish to understand it. The more I do, the less it controls me. One day, who knows, I may even control it.
I don't know what's in this, but it is not paprika. I'm gonna go to the store. I'll be back in 20 minutes.
Alternatively, we could order a pizza.
Vision, are you not letting me leave?
It is a question of safety.
I can protect myself.
Not yours. Mr. Stark would like to avoid the possibility of another public incident until the Accords are on a more secure foundation.
And what do you want?
For people to see you as I do.
So you like cats?
Sam.
What? Dude shows up dressed like a cat. You don't want to know more?
Your suit. Vibranium?
The Black Panther has been the protector of Wakanda for generations. A mantle passed from warrior to warrior. But now, because your friend murdered my father, I also wear the mantle of king. So I ask you, as both warrior and king, how long do you think you can keep your friend safe from me?
What's gonna happen? Same thing that ought to happen to you. Psychological evaluation and extradition.
This is Everett Ross, Deputy Task Force Commander.
What about a lawyer?
Lawyer, it's funny. See, their weapons are placed in lockup. Will, write your receipt.
I better not look out the window and see anybody flying around in that.
You'll be provided with an office instead of a cell. Now, do me a favor, stay in it.
I don't intend on going anywhere.
For the record, this is what making things worse looks like.
He's alive.
No. Remaining was not a court sanction. And Colonel Rhodes is supervising cleanup.
Try not to break anything while we fix this.
Consequences? You bet there'll be consequences. Obviously, you can quote me on that, because I just said it. Anything else? Thank you, sir.
Consequences?
Secretary Ross wants you both prosecuted. Had to give him something.
Not getting that shield back, am I?
Technically, it's the government's property. Wings, too.
That's cold.
Warmer than jail.
Das kann nicht weg sein. Was zum Teufel?
Hey, you want to see something cool? I pulled something from Dad's archives. Timely. FDR signed the Lend-Lease bill with these in 1941. Provided support to the Allies when they needed it most.
Some would say it brought our country closer to war.
See, if not for these, you wouldn't be here. I'm trying to, what do you call it? That's an olive branch. Is that what you call it?
It's pepper here? I didn't see it.
We are kind of, well, not kind of.
Pregnant?
No, definitely not. We're taking a break. It's nobody's fault.
I'm so sorry, Tony. I didn't know.
A few years ago, I almost lost her, so I trashed all my suits. And we had to mop up Hydra, and then Ultron. My fault. And then, I never stopped. Because the truth is, I don't want to stop. I don't want to lose her. I thought maybe the Accords could split the difference. In her defense, I'm a handful. Your dad was a pain in the ass, but he and Mom always made it work.
You know, I'm glad Howard got married. I only knew him when he was young and single.
Oh, really? You two knew each other? He never mentioned that. Maybe only 1,000 times. God, I hated you.
I don't mean to make things difficult.
I know, because you're a very polite person.
If I see a situation pointed south, I can't ignore it. Sometimes I wish I could.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
Sometimes I want to punch you in your perfect teeth. But I don't want to see you gone. We need you, Cap. So far, nothing's happened that can't be undone. If you sign, we can make the last 24 hours legit. Barnes gets transferred to an American psych center instead of a Wakandan prison.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but there would have to be safeguards.
Sure. Once we put out the PR fire, those documents can be amended. I'd file a motion to have you and Wanda reinstated.
Wanda? What about Wanda?
She's fine. She's confined to the compound currently. Vision's keeping her company.
Oh, God, Tony, every time I think
What,
you
it's
see
100
things the right
acres
way.
with a lap pool. It's got a screening room. There's worse ways to protect people.
Protection. Is that how you see this? This is protection? It's internment,
She's
Tony.
not a U.S. citizen, and they
Oh,
don't
come
grant
on,
visas
Tony.
to weapons of mass destruction.
She's a kid.
Give me a break! I'm doing what has to be done to stave off something worse.
You keep telling yourself that. Hate to break up the set.
Hello, Mr. Barnes. I've been sent by the United Nations to evaluate you. Do you mind if I sit? Your first name is James?
The receipt for your gear.
Bird costume? Come on.
I didn't write it.
I'm not here to judge you. I just want to ask you a few questions. Do you know where you are, James?
I
can't help you if you don't talk to me, James.
My name is Bucky.
Hello? Hey, ich habe eine große für dich. Okay. Ja, bitte hier unterzeichnen. Hier? Ja.
Why would the task force release this photo to begin with?
Get the word out, involve as many eyes as we can.
Right. It's a good way to flush a guy out of hiding. Set off a bomb, get your picture taken. You got 7 billion people looking for the Winter Soldier.
You're saying someone framed him to find him.
Steve, we looked for the guy for 2 years and found nothing. We didn't bomb the UN. It turns a lot of heads.
But that doesn't guarantee that whoever framed him would get him. It guarantees that we would.
Yeah.
Tell me, Bucky. You've seen a great deal, haven't you?
I don't want to talk about it.
You feel that if you open your mouth, the horrors might never stop. Don't worry. We only have to talk about one.
Hey, was ist das? Weiß nicht.
All right, come on, guys. Get me eyes on Barnes. Go.
Friday, can you get me a source on that outage?
Sub-level 5, East Wing.
What the hell is this?
Why don't we discuss your home? Not Romania. Certainly not Brooklyn, no. I mean, your real home. Желание. Ржавой.
Stop.
12.
Stop.
Развед. 5. 9.
Dobre kačete!
Отвержение на ровину. 1. Грузовый вагон. Солдат.
Я готов отвечать.
Mission report. December 16, 1991. Help me. Help.
Get up. Who are you? What do you want?
To see an empire fall.
Hey! Evac all civilians. Get me a perimeter around the building and gunships in the air.
Please tell me you brought a suit.
Sure did. It's a lovely Tom Ford 3-piece 2-button. I'm an active duty non-combatant.
Follow me. me again if you're going to be there. I said I wasn't sure. You should have seen his little face. Just try, okay? I'm going to bed. I love you.
James Barnes, der mit dem Bombenanschlag auf die UN in Wien in Verbindung gebracht wird, ist heute aus der Haft entflohen. Ebenfalls vermisst werden die Avengers Captain Steve Rogers und Sam Wilson.
Hey, Cat.
Steve. Which Bucky am I talking to?
Your mom's name was Sarah. He used to wear newspapers in his shoes.
Can't read that in the museum.
Just like that, we're supposed to be cool? What did I do?
Enough.
God, I knew this would happen. Everything Hydra put inside me is still there. All he had to do was say the goddamn words.
Who was he?
I don't know.
People are dead. The bombing, the setup, the doctor did all that just to get 10 minutes with you. I need you to do better than I don't know.
He wanted to know about Siberia. Where I was kept. He wanted to know exactly where.
Why would he need to know that?
Because I'm not the only winter soldier.
Очень хорошо, Волков.
Солдаты, пошли отсюда.
Who are they? Their most elite death squad. More kills than anyone in Hydra history. And that was before the serum.
They all turn out like you?
Worse.
The doctor, could he control them?
Enough.
Said he wanted to see an empire fall.
With these guys, he could do it. They speak 30 languages, can hide in plain sight, infiltrate, assassinate, destabilize. They can take a whole country down in one night. You'd never see them coming. This would have been a lot easier a week ago.
If we call Tony...
No, he won't believe us.
Even if he did.
Who knows if the Accords will let him help.
We're on our own.
Maybe not. I know a guy.
And I don't suppose you have any idea where they are.
We will. GSG-9's got the borders covered. Recon's flying 24/7. They'll get a hit. We'll handle it.
You don't get it, Stark. It's not yours to handle. It's